Hi everyone, Al the Psych here. I'm doing a video today on jealousy versus envy. Okay, getting give some definitions on that. Give my perspective as well, and as usual, this is for informational purposes only. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of reading here, um, based on information that I got in terms of the definition. So. I got this from Very Well Mind. Jealousy is a complex emotion. It occurs when there's a real or perceived threat to an interpersonal relationship. An individual may resent a third person for taking away or appearing to take away the affections of their loved one. Okay, so this would be a definition of jealousy in psychology. Now, envy, and I can't remember where I got this definition, but it states a negative emotion of discontent and resentment generated by desire for the possessions, attributes, qualities, or achievements of another, the target of the envy. Unlike jealousy, uh, with which it shares certain similarities and with which it's often confused, envy need involve only two individuals. Okay, the envious person and the person envied, whereas jealousy always involves a threesome. That's that definition. Now, let me give you a little bit more information. Um, Melanie Klein, she was a British psychoanalyst, and she was the first person to draw a clear distinction between envy and jealousy. Um, I think I got this from Psychology Today. So envy is experienced when another is perceived as what Klein called a part object. Okay, so in object relations theory, the person that envies actually wants to cause damage or spoil what good attributes the object or the person of envy possesses. So envy is prevalent in individuals with borderline personality disorder and narcissistic uh, personality disorder. And then devaluation is a primitive defense mechanism that is used to deal with the feelings of envy. So when you're dealing with individuals with borderline and narcissistic personality disorders, their psychological developmental level is not developed to the point that they have firm ego boundaries. Okay, so they tend to see the world in extremes, such as good and bad, black and white, big and small. Seeing shades of gray is difficult, and the defense mechanisms that they use are considered primitive. Although on a side note, I did have a professor who said that technically defense mechanism is not a good term to use with people who are on the borderline or narcissistic personality disorder continuum. Um, that's because Freud referenced defense mechanisms with for individuals with firm ego boundaries, but that's a whole nother discussion. Anyway, um, jealousy is experienced by individuals that have developed to the point of having firm ego boundaries. And in this case, the individual has developed to the point of experiencing whole objects as opposed to experiencing people as part objects. That goes back to that Melanie Klein way of looking at things. This is an object relations theory. Um, Now, I'm not going to try and explain object relations theory. It's very involved. I'm not well versed in it enough to give a good explanation. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my own personal way of defining jealousy and envy, one that works for me and is not complicated. And I think it's easy to understand, although I'm sure the object relations theorists would have some issues with it. Anyway, I look at jealousy as when the individual sees something that another individual owns um, and wants something like that, not the actual object, or not to take something from him, but he wants something like that. He has that shiny new car, so he wants a car like that. That person is so confident. I want confidence too. I don't want to take it from him. I just want it as well. Envy, on the other hand, according to me, uh, envy is when an individual sees something that another individual owns and wants exactly what that person has. So this could be an object, like that shiny car. I want that car. Or it could be a positive attribute, okay? And he wants it, not something like it. He actually wants that, okay? And it wouldn't, and this individual wouldn't mind damaging that person in some way to at least devalue that person or that attribute that he wants. Okay, that's kind of a big difference between jealousy and envy. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And one little side note, if you've seen the movie Billy Budd or read the book Billy Budd, or if you haven't, go ahead and read it or see the movie if you can, because the dynamics between the two main players, Billy Budd and Claggart, really kind of show envy, in all its glory. So you might want to consider that. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thanks.